National League Central with only 3 games left to play against an old rival, the St. Louis Cardinals, who are still in the postseason hunt. Everything is on the line, and ABC 7 has it all covered.
Right now from ABC 7 Chicago, this is Chicago Cubs baseball on ABC 7.
The final weekend of the regular season is here, but make no mistakes, the playoffs have already begun at Wrigley Field as the Cardinals and Cubs head into a weekend of games they both need to be where they want to come Monday morning. It is the Cubs and the Cardinals, round 1. We're getting you ready right here on ABC 7. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Cubs Baseball. I am your hostess, Deon Miller. The Cubs had a team toast last night after their 3-0 win over the Pirates, but make no mistake, they expect to win the division. John Lester says that's not arrogance, it's just a goal that they know they can reach. But the champagne not exactly on ice just yet, with the Brewers breathing down their necks. We take a look at the Bob LaCourcio Auto Group NL Central standings. Milwaukee coming off that sweep in St. Louis. They are a game behind the Cubs and set to open a series against Detroit today, a Tigers team that was eliminated weeks ago. So the Brewers looking to stay very hot. But the Cubs can't just look at the scoreboard today. They have to pay attention to that Cardinals team that is still alive in the wild card race. We bring in Len and JD, and guys, it is hard to believe that the Cubs had a 5-game lead in the division to start September, and now here we are sweating it out in the final weekend. Says a lot about just how good the Central is.
There's no doubt about it. Then, Deon, the division might have 4 winning clubs if the Pirates win one more game this weekend. And the tone setters are always the starting pitchers. We'll get right into the Goodwill pitching matchup. Amazing finds only at Goodwill.
Yeah, 2 guys really have mastered the craft of pitching. Adam Wainwright has made 3 starts since coming off the disabled list and thrown the ball pretty well. He's always been good here at Wrigley Field. 11 career wins at Wrigley. His last 7 starts here, 5-1 with a 2.61 ERA. Kyle Hendricks, his last 5 against the Cardinals, 3-0 with a 2.67. He's got a 1.67 ERA here in the month of September.
Now JD's Subaru Keys to the Game, presented by Subaru. Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
Yeah, it would be easy, wouldn't it, to start looking forward, contemplate what the future may bring with postseason and all that, but you got to take it one game at a time now. Obviously, that's a tired old cliche, but we're going to roll it out anyway. Marcelo Ozuna, one of the Cardinal hitters, one of the few Cardinal hitters that has put up very good numbers against Kyle Hendricks, so keep an eye on that matchup today. And Daniel Murphy on the other side has been very good against Adam Wainwright. He's a lifetime 400 batter against the big right-hander.
And Deon, as we send it back to you, the Cubs are trying to end the Cardinals season for the 3rd time in 4 years. They beat them in the division series in 15, and remember last year eliminated them from playoff contention in game 159.
They seem to rise to the occasion when it is the Cardinals. That's for sure, guys. Thanks so much, and we're looking forward to the call for this one. We all know if there is any pitcher who can handle the pressure of a game like that, it is, of course, the professor. Kyle Hendricks is warming up to get us ready for the Cardinals and the Cubs. It's coming up right here. Hooters Hot Play brought to you by your Chicagoland area Hooters. And who else but David Bodie? A 2-1 triple last night to spark the Cubs to a 3-0 win over the Pirates that they desperately needed. He's fired up, so are the fans. That is our Hooters Hot Play. Bodie has actually been really good of late, has hit safely in 7 of his last 9 games. Says he really enjoys the stress of must-win baseball in September, really embracing the urgency of the moment with so much undecided. But there are things around baseball that have already been determined as we take a look at the Comcast business of baseball. These are current MLB leaders that will not change by Sunday. Chris Davis will have the most home runs in the game right now with 47 heading into the weekend. Mookie Betts leads the league with a .346 batting average. That won't be touched. And Jacob deGrom, always good, leading the league with a 1.7 ERA. That is impressive. That's our Comcast business of baseball. Now, fans may be sweating it out this weekend, but if you love baseball, Cubs and Cardinals, when it matters most, will never disappoint. We will hear from Joe Madden when we come back.
This is Chicago Cubs baseball on ABC 7.
Fans always look forward to hosting St. Louis, but this weekend should be pretty intense, so they're settling in for some must-see baseball here at Wrigley Field. Cubs getting Chris Bryant back in the lineup after he sat with that sore left wrist. Joe Madden saying the wrist got some rest, and so did his shoulder, so they feel good about getting KB back in the lineup. Also good news for Pedro Strop. He threw off the mound twice, could be available this weekend, but either way, the Cubs are glad to have him back in a bullpen that is much needed for October.
Lost 2 really good guys during the course of the year, whether it was Brandon earlier and now Stropey for a bit. And those are stalwarts right there. These are guys you normally lean on. And so here comes another guys ascending at this point. And even, CJ's not nailed it like he normally does either. So there's a lot of guys that have had more pertinent roles. And, again, it's a great job by the front office. And then the guys who once they've gotten the opportunity, they've responded. I see, like I said, I see a lot of conviction per pitch among all these guys. I don't see any fear whatsoever. and that's a big part of being successful in the strike throwing. The guys we've talked about, Chavez, De La Rosa, Garcia, Millsy, they've been strike throwers too.
The fans are bringing the energy. ABC7 is bringing the baseball, just like we have all season. The best crew in the game, ready to bring you this one against the Cardinals. Kyle Hendricks on the hill. We're getting closer to first pitch. Len and JD will get you there when we come back.
Being brought to you by the Lincoln Motor Company. By Insure on the Spot. For quality insurance you can afford, head to insureonthespot.com. By Lakeside Bank. Personal customized banking. Lakeside Bank, it's about time. And by Auto Barn Alfa Romeo in Evanston. For the largest selection on new Alfa Romeos, shop the Auto Barn Alfa Romeo in Evanston. Today's HD broadcast is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity delivers the fastest internet with the best in-home Wi-Fi experience. Call, click, or visit an Xfinity store today. Cubs 93 and 66. One-game lead in the division. Postseason bound for the fourth consecutive year. That's a franchise first. Trying to win a division title, or finish first, rather, for the third consecutive season. That would be the second time in franchise history. They won the National League in 1906, 07, and 08. The Bob LaCourcio Auto Group. Central standings, the Cardinals are a game out of a wild card spot, trailing the Los Angeles Dodgers. They just got swept by Milwaukee, and they're trying to avoid missing the postseason for a third consecutive year. A lot on the line this weekend.
Yeah, this should be a fun weekend. The atmosphere here at the ballpark is a buzz. Fall-like weather, feels like postseason baseball. One
quick roster note. Catcher Bobby Wilson has been activated off the disabled list. He is available today. He was acquired from the Twins on August 30th for catcher Chris Jimenez, and a player to be named or a cash consideration. He's been dealing with a sprained right ankle. Cubs able to get a 2-2 split in that Pirates series. Lost the first 2 games but won the final 2, and did it last night in shutout fashion.
And the night before in walk-off fashion, after dropping the first 2 games in the series, they had a 6-1 lead in game 3, let it slip away. That would have been just disastrous. They managed to pull out that W, and I think that lifted the weight off the shoulders a little bit coming to the ballpark yesterday. Took advantage of some misplays by the Pirates. John Lester did not have his best command, but managed to hang in there and give them 6 shutout innings. The bullpen has been worked pretty hard over the last few days, so Joe Madden would love to get some length out of Kyle Hendricks here this afternoon.
Let's check out JD's Subaru keys to the game, presented by Subaru. Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
Yeah, we've been talking about what lays ahead with potential postseason matchups. Could it be a wild card? Could be an extra game to the regular season if they tie the Brewers. Division series starts next Thursday, so all that in play, but you really have to stay in the moment, just go one day at a time. Marcell Ozuna, so we're going no Zuna here because he's had success against Hendricks, one of the few Cardinal hitters that has, so keep an eye on that matchup today. And likewise, Daniel Murphy against Adam Wainwright has been good, a .400 batting average for Murphy against the big right-hander.
Now the Cardinals lineup, it's brought to you by Fix Auto. Call 1-800-INFO-FIX for the nearest location. Fix Auto, the first words that should come to mind after an accident. They have averaged 5.2 runs per game since August 1st. That leads the National League. Matt Carpenter had that huge series here at Wrigley Field out of the All-Star break, hit 6 home runs in the 5 games. Jose Martinez, Paul DeYoung, Marcell Ozuna, who's really heated up here these final 2 months. Jed Jerko at third. Yadier Molina, his second career 20-homer campaign. Colton Wong, recently back from some hamstring issues. Burner Harrison Bader playing center field. Tommy Pham got traded to Tampa at the end of July. And Adam Wainwright, the veteran right-hander, will bat ninth.
Cubs defensively, Chris Bryant, good to see him back in the lineup. He's in left today. Jason Hayward will handle center field duties. Ben Zobrist is in right infield alignment. Bodie Baez on the left side. Murphy and Rizzo on the right side. Wilson Contreras is behind the plate today, and Kyle Hendricks making his final start of the regular season with a 13-11 record, a 3.49 ERA. That's been going down a good bit here in recent efforts. League bats .247 against Kyle. Well, if he goes the distance today, he'll reach 200 innings pitched. Cardinals are going to have to deal with outstanding command of a sinking fastball, one of the best changeups in the game, and a curveball that he's shown a little more liberal use of lately, especially as he gets a little bit deeper into the game. He likes to throw that 0-0 curveball, especially to the left-handed hitter, second, third time through the batting order.
A little upper Midwest flavor on the umpiring crew today. Adam Hammery from Marquette, Michigan, as a home plate umpire. Phil Cuzzy, Tom Hallion, the crew chief, and Chicago native Dan Bellino on the bases. We're underway. Fastball misses outside on Matt Carpenter, who had a 3-homer, 2-double day here on July 20th. Second player ever to do that. Chris Bryant was the first 2 years ago. First player ever with 5 extra base hits in his first in the first 6 innings of a game, and he ended that series with 6 homers. 1-2 the count.
He's hit 8 overall against the Cubs this year, and the Cubs for the most part had handled Carpenter, so I guess it was just a matter of time before he broke out against them. 11 out of 24 in this ballpark this year.
The 1-2 to Carpenter is lifted foul to left and out of play. Weather at first pitch is brought to you by Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing. For all the right reasons, call 866 Four Seasons. 60 degrees. It may cool off a little bit later. We could get some light rain, but nothing that should interrupt the ball game as Carpenter strikes out swinging.
Talked about the recent good work by Hendricks. The sinker changeup combination have been outstanding, and here's Carpenter coming up empty on the good change of pace. 7 2/3 last time for Kyle. Over on the south side against the White Sox, he allowed just 1 run. The start before that, he came within and out of pitching a complete game. That was in the desert against the D-backs. Another game in which he allowed just 1.
Jose Martinez, the right fielder, takes outside for ball 1. He started the year as their everyday first baseman. And he's been playing right field since early August. And Dexter Fowler went on the DL with a fractured left foot. That's Mike Schilt, who took over originally on an interim basis 1 day before the All-Star break. And they've gone 40-26 under Schilt. And he recently turned that into a multi-year extension. And how about this note? Jose Martinez possibly, and I would say likely, to be the tallest qualifier ever to hit 300.
That's kind of fun.
There's a lot of Dave Winfield on that chart.
Yeah, four guys. That's kind of ironic. There are 4 guys named Dave Winfield that were all that tall and hit for a high average. Big Wimph.
Off the end of the bat, shallow right. It'll be Zobrist to make the grab. So could we say vintage Kyle Hendricks? 2 batters in, a strikeout on a changeup, and a weak fly ball off the end of the barrel.
Yeah, that's well, you know, you look at his numbers. He's about league average in terms of his strikeout rate. Much better than league average with the walk rate. Induces a lot of weak contact, a lot of it on the ground, but you'll see a lot of lazy fly balls and pop-ups. Late movement, unpredictable timing, impeccable control.
Antioch, Illinois native Paul DeYoung. Strike 1. Fouled out of play. 0-2. He missed 45 games earlier this season with a fractured left hand.
A lot of firepower in this lineup. They've hit 205 home runs, 3rd most in the league.
This one's popped up. Foul territory, and Contreras makes the catch right up near the net. So Hendricks goes 1, 2, 3, and the Cubs are coming up against Adam Wainwright. Orders, Southwest Airlines, low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. Murphy, Zobrist, and Rizzo here in the first. Hopefully Javier Baez as well. Jason Hayward, the ex-Cardinal. Good to see Chris Bryant back in the lineup. Contreras, the pitcher, Hendricks, and David Bodie against 37-year-old Adam Wainwright.
Wainwright making his 4th start since coming off the disabled list. Actually spent 3 different stints on the DL this year. Or the Cardinals, excuse me, have won all 3 of his starts since coming back. He's a crafty veteran. Doesn't throw hard. He'll sink the fastball. Curveball's always been a signature pitch for him. He'll cut it, and once in a great while a changeup. Looks from the first base side of the rubber.
8th and final start due to 3 DL stints, strained left hamstring, and twice with an elbow issue. 2-1 on Murphy. Lights are on this overcast Friday afternoon. 2-2.
Little cutter there, as you know, most pitchers when they age lose velocity. They have to get a little more creative, and Wainwright will change the arm angle from time to time. That cutter's a little bit of a new look for him.
In the dirt, and it's a full count.
He's made a season's worth of starts in his career against the Cubs. 35 starts. 15-9 the record. 11-2 here at Wrigley Field.
The 20th time he's pitched in this park. That's down the line and foul, just foul.
A little hooking floater. Looked like it would be 2 bases off the bat. He just continued to draw out of play. Remember, it seems to me earlier this year, playing the Cardinals and talking with folks over there about Adam Wainwright, the talk was he might not ever be back. Maybe they'll activate him so he can make a start, kind of a last hurrah kind of thing. And now here he is, back, healthy, healthy enough to take a turn in the rotation and contributing as they make this final push to try to claim a wild card spot.
Well, Alex Reyes, remember, had the back surgery. Michael Wacha with an oblique is done. So,
yeah, it's been pretty remarkable what they've done. You know, Flaherty, Gomber, Gant. I did a little math, as a matter of fact. Daniel Ponce de Leon's made 4 starts. So Ponce de Leon, Flaherty, Gomber, Gant, Miles Michaelis, and Luke Weaver have made 117 starts for the Cardinals. Coming into this season, that group had made 42 starts combined.
Base hit for Murphy. Good start.
Murphy will take what you give him.
A little short stroke. Batter is Ben Zobrist. Fourth in the NL, hitting .310. 8th in the league with a .381 on base average. And let's check out the league leaders, brought to you by Toyota. Tested, trusted Toyota. Toyota, let's go places. Christian Yelich appears to be poised for a batting crown. 3 days to go.
Right, for Brewer?
Yeah, I think so.
Surprised not to see a Rocky on that list. There's always a Rocky near the top of the league in batting.
Missed. Blowing outside. It's 3-0.
Wainwright's always been a good ground ball pitcher, and he's hunting for one there with that 2-seamer running down and away. Zobrist kind of wise to what he's trying to do is get the count in his advantage. No need to chase a borderline pitch.
2 on, nobody out. For Anthony Rizzo. Mike Maddox, the Cardinals pitching coach, looks on. Cardinals are not in official must-win territory, but they're certainly in probably need to win out territory. Chasing the Dodgers by a game.
Dodgers are in San Francisco. Have to deal with Madison Bumgarner tonight. It's Ryu versus Bumgarner.
The pitch to Rizzo is a strike. StatCast AI is powered by AWS. These guys have matched up a bunch. Anthony 11 out of 44. That's a .250 batting average with 1 home run. Driven out into left center. It's going to get down for a hit. Ozuna will pick it up. Murphy around third. He will score. And the Cubs strike first. Rizzo with his 98th RBI.
Well, the approach has been outstanding here. 3 batters into the game. Murphy, solid single to center. Zobrist works the walk. Rizzo shoots one the other way. Head right on it. That's a little cutter from Wainwright. And in a must-win situation for the Cardinals, we'll see how long it takes Mike Schilt to get his bullpen cooking.
Single, walk, single. First and third. Here's Javier Baez. The Cardinals will play for 2 in the middle. They've got Jerko in at third. Carpenter holds Rizzo at first. Swing and a miss on the curve. Cubs won 3-0 last night over the Pirates. They had 10 hits. The night before they had 12 hits and scored 7 in a thrilling 10-inning victory. There's the 1-1. It's on the outside corner. This battery of Wainwright and Molina working together for the 242nd time. That's a Cardinal record. The old mark. Bob Gibson and Tim McCarver. 197 games together.
A little quicker to the plate that time, trying to get Baez to chase that sweeping breaking ball out of the zone. Glavine and Lopez with the Braves paired up 248 times. So this Wainwright-Molina tandem, the most since the Hall of Famer Glavine and Javi Lopez from '94 to '02. I wonder what the all-time record is.
2-2 pitch, and Baez just got a piece of that curveball.
Now your pitcher brain kind of goes to, I should be able to jam him with good action on a fastball in on the hands after all this work away. But that's a risky pitch. You make a mistake in there, and all of a sudden Baez is jogging around the bases. They're going to try it, and it worked.
A big strikeout for Wainwright.
That's just A great job of execution after going away. Breakers away. Good fastball on the edge. Felt like they had him set up inside. Molina trusting Wainwright's ability to execute the pitch.
Former Cardinal Jason Hayward. So you were asking what the record is. You don't know, right? You know what the...
I do not.
I don't either. Well, we will find out.
We're going to do some digging.
I was thinking maybe a Whitey Ford Yogi Berra combo. Maybe top 10.
Yeah, I would buy in on that.
We'll find out. Wow. Long had options there, and he couldn't make a play. Zobrist scores. I think he was thinking, can I throw the ball to second? And then he didn't even pick up the ball.
Yeah, there was a lot of brain going on there. Wong thinking about all of his options and failed to make the play. He's an outstanding defender. He's having a great year with the glove. But this chopper, it just presented too many options for him. He wasn't sure what to do. And in the final analysis, he gets nothing.
So it's an error on Wong. It's 2-0. Hayward will get an RBI out of it. And it brings up Chris Bryant back after missing 2 games with the bruised left wrist. And he takes a strike.
Good movement on that fastball at 92 from Wainwright. Last time out he pitched against the Giants, got a no decision, went 6 1/3, allowed 8 hits, 4 runs. The start before that, 6 shutout against the Dodgers, and he struck out 9.
Nothing in 2.
In his 3 starts since returning, he has struck out 18 against only 3 walks.
Chased a curve, and that's the second out, and it will bring up Contreras.
That's the kind of swing that probably could aggravate that tender shoulder. The big long one-handed finish.
Two on, 2 in. 2 out, and ball 1. Art checks in on Twitter. Mickey Lolich, Bill Freehand.
Good call.
Over 300 starts together.
Was that a guess, or is that he's feeding us
324 starts? So we're going to confirm. That sounds about right.
I don't know who was catching old Hoss Radbourne back in the day, or Pud Galvin back when they'd make 70 starts a year.
Wright has not said he's going to retire. In fact, it kind of sounds like he wants to pitch again next year. The question will be where. This very well could be his final outing as a Cardinal. 2-1 on Contreras. There it is, swing and a miss.
Well, that would bring a little extra baggage to the mound, wouldn't it? If after his long run with the Cardinals, if he went out to the mound with that on his mind, this could be his final start in a St. Louis uniform. Push that to the back of your mind and go do your job. He's had a heck of a run, 148 career wins.
Postseason success with the Cardinals. Remember, he got the final out All 3 rounds in 2006. Two World Series titles, 3 pennants. No time for the runners on 3-2, and it's fouled away. This will not be a long day for Wainwright. Probably 30 pitches here in the first inning, and trailing 2-0.
Awesome. I like the look of his curveball today. I'm not quite as bullish on the cutter. I mentioned that list of relatively inexperienced starters that have really stepped up for the Cardinals this year. Conversely, Waka, Martinez, and Wainwright have only combined for 40 starts. Martinez is now in the bullpen.
Ball, strike 3 on the curve. Inside corner. The Cubs, however, get 2 runs and have the early lead.
Welcome back. Cubs lead 2-0. Top of the second. You can also watch today's ABC7 broadcast of Cubs baseball on Facebook Live, presented by BioFreeze, the official external pain reliever of the Chicago Cubs. Check out today's broadcast right now at facebook.com/Cubs.
Today's hot and cold players are brought to you by Plumbers 911. Call day or night at 1-833-PLUM-911. Plumbers 911, your plumbing connection. A couple of guys on a couple of teams that are not headed to the postseason. A strike on Marcell Ozuna. He's had 3 bad months. March and April, we'll combine those. May and July, and 3 good ones, June, August, and September. And that will trickle into center field. A broken bat single for Ozuna. Came in hitting over 300 with 13 homers his last 48 games.
Likes to swing at the first pitch, batting .375 when he puts the first pitch in play, and this time Hendricks gets more weak contact. That's a win and a loss all at the same time for Hendricks. He just makes his pitch, shatters his bat, does everything you're supposed to do, but Ozuna spins that one into center field.
That brings up Jed Jerko, who turned 30 5 days ago. A couple of DL stints this year, a hamstring and a groin.
Wants to turn it loose too. See it high, let it fly. Not a bad approach against Hendricks, who does so much work down, but is capable of executing the elevated fastball if that's what the scouting report calls for.
Strike two. That's something Kyle gets more than any starting pitcher in the major leagues. 21.6% of his pitches are called strikes. On the ground, they'll try to turn it. Bodie to Murphy. To Rizzo, double play.
Jerko to beat it into the ground. Bodie, nice feed to Murphy. Plenty of time, no real pressure exerted by Ozuna. A 2-for-1 for the professor.
Now facing Yadier Molina.
Clouds have rolled in. It's gotten a little darker, and temperature has gone down, right?
Yes, it has.
Somebody kick the AC on.
Molina with 20 home runs. He hit 22 back in 2012. "36 years old.
The only catcher, Cardinal catcher other than Molina to have two 20 home run seasons, the great Ted Simmons.
So this is kind of fun. The Cardinals and Cubs closing a regular season against one another for the 43rd time. Only one time in the previous 42 meetings. And both teams still in playoff contention. We'll tell you about that when we come back. Cubs 2, Cardinals nothing early.
ABC7 Eyewitness News, Terrell Brown, Tanya Babich, Roz Varon, and meteorologist Tracy Butler get you ready for the week with the latest news, weather, and traffic. Huh. Happy birthday, you.
Kyle Hendricks takes a strike. Bottom 2. 2-0 Cubs. Nothing and 2 the count. So it was 1935. Tapper out in front of the pitcher's mound. High throw, and Carpenter able to come down with it. Wainwright says, "I'll take a new ball."
It's not Jose Martinez over there at first base. That's Matt Carpenter. They're lower the sights.
.1935, 5-game series to end the season. Cubs led the National League by 3. They won the first 3 games, lost the final 2, which snapped a 21-game winning streak. And that 35 ball club would go on to lose in 6 games to the Tigers in the World Series. Two on David Bodie, who had the big go-ahead 2-run triple in the second inning last night off Trevor Williams. Lead off the curveball, which has been Wainwright's best pitch. Wainwright, Molina thought they had him.
Ducked that one a little bit, influenced the home plate umpire.
Full count with Murphy on deck.
Uncle Charlie.
4 strikeouts for Wainwright. Cubs fans, here's your opportunity to register for the chance to purchase tickets for potential postseason games at Wrigley Field. Go to Cubs.com/postseason to register and learn more about this postseason ticket purchase opportunity. Murphy started the first inning with a single and would score on the Rizzo base hit. Wainwright will go 1-2-3 in the second after really laboring through that opening inning. It's the Cubs 2 and the Cardinals nothing. Hendricks to Wong. Begin the third. And a strike. Recently dealt with some hamstring issues. 2 DL stints for him this year. Knee and hamstring. While Joe tends to tweak his lineup quite a bit, Mike Schilt's lineup here lately has been pretty static. This group in there today has carried much of the load here lately.
Wong batting over 300 in the second half of the season. I always got the sense that Wong was in and out of the doghouse with Mike Matheny a lot. The change in the manager seat has improved Wong's point of view a little bit.
So other than Wong, who recently had that day-to-day issue, I mean, basically it's been this lineup almost exactly for the last couple weeks. Bader takes a strike. An everyday spot in center opened for him when Tommy Pham was traded to Tampa Bay on July 31st.
Yeah, Pham's gone on to have a very nice year in Tampa. He's a very good offensive player. But Bader's having a nice year too. One of the best defensive outfielders in the game.
That one hit hard into center. And they got something cooking here in the third for a pitcher who can hit. Adam Wainwright, who was the National League's Silver Slugger winner last year.
In another year, Bader may be the National League Rookie of the Year, but that's not going to happen with Acuna and Soto doing what they're doing in Atlanta and Washington. So yeah, well, here's Riz. Riz is in the blitz mode, way in at first base already. Cubs very aggressive defending the bunt, but you got to be careful with Wainwright, and Anthony's now wisely backing off and now charging. He's like a blitzing linebacker.
Bunted foul. Jose Oquendo will talk things over with Wainwright.
Well, first or second bunt situation, you'd always prefer to bunt the ball towards third base. Make the third baseman make a decision whether to vacate the bag and come in and make a play on the ball, or cover the base and hope that the pitcher can make the play. Or, as we've seen with Rizzo, sometimes it's Anthony cutting across the diamond to make that play.
Look at him circling. He looks like a linebacker, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's ready to blitz.
Yeah, and trying to find that hole in the line.
There's the bunt. It's past Rizzo, and Hendricks has to get it to first. So, I mean, Anthony ended up at the chalk line between home and third from his first base position, and Wainwright still was able to get it by him.
Just enough on it. Anthony was kind of closer to the first base line, trying to take an angle.
Second and third, one out, and the batter is Carpenter. He leads the National League with 36 home runs. He's only hit one this month, and it's been a very strange year for Matt Carpenter. You'd have a hard time finding another season quite like it. Through the first 35 games, on May 15th, he sat at 140 with 3 home runs. Then over the next 79 games, he hit over 330 with 30 home runs. But then the next 39 games up to today, 197 with 3 homers.
Maybe got some bad salsa.
Right, that was the deal in the middle of the year. In the air, it's not deep. Wong ready to tag. Bryant will make the catch, and everybody's got a hold. Two down. And the batter is Martinez.
Hendricks has a base open. Should he fall behind, Martinez does not have to give in.
dangerous. A good play by David Bodie.
Contreras thought he had something going with Bodie, and Bodie wasn't in on it. Hey, Martinez hitting .315 with runners in scoring position. It's going to go down a little
fly
bit.
Ball, and Zobrist backpedaling. He makes the catch. Hendricks gets out of it. Cardinals put the first 2 men on, but failed to score. Still 2-0.
Feldco right now save 50% on all energy efficient windows. Call 866 for Feldco today.
Cardinals Cubs to finish the regular season. Cardinals have had the upper hand, winning 9 of the first 16. Cubs lead this game 2-0, and ball 1 to Ben Zobrist.
Shot we had, that guy's such a Cardinal fan, he has a Whitey Herzog haircut. It's loyalty.
Yeah. 1-1.
Right?
Totally.
Looking for a pulling guard, that's your guy. He's got the feel for that hook. Okay.
That's just wrong. Scattered the Cardinals dugout.
According to a wins above replacement, Adam Wainwright is the 16th best player in Cardinal history. Sandwiched between number 15 Molina and number 17 Jimmy Edmonds. Stan Musial, as you might guess, is number 1.
When he debuted, he was a reliever. And became a full-time starter in 2007.
Not that cold.
2-2. walked in the first. Scored the Cubs' second run. Chopped to Wainwright. He owns 2 Gold Gloves. So he can hit, he can field.
First round pick of the Braves was Wainwright back in 2000. 29th pick overall.
He can hit, he can field. That applies to Anthony Rizzo as well.
And Rizzo can pitch because we've witnessed it.
Be the last time he ever does it.
He did pitch, I guess would be a better way of phrasing that.
Called strike on Anthony. Go ahead hit in the first. Trying to make it another game winner. He's got 17 tied for the league lead. One curve for a strike. Just keep going right back to that pitch and you can understand why.
Yeah, now kind of the classic right-handed power pitcher is that sharp curveball with the elevated four-seam fastball. The fastball part is not Wainwright's game. He likes to sink his fastball. I mentioned he's throwing some cutters these days. When you have that kind of, you can spin it as well as he does and throw it in the strike zone. Then you can work off the plate with your fastball. It's almost a free strike one. Most hitters are not going up there looking breaking ball 0-0. Cardinals play Anthony to pull on the infield, but they are not shifting. DeYoung remains on the left side of second base.
Another 2-2, and this one way in on the hands. And Jerko will make the catch in foul territory. Seven in a row retired by Wainwright. And it's Baez who struck out in the first. Major League Baseball has already set a strikeout record for the 11th consecutive season. 40,000 to date. The stat of the game is brought to you by Mattress Firm, where your budget stretches further. League leaders in RBIs. This is Cubs franchise history, and Baez trying to do it. The first time since Sammy did it in 2001.
He's 6 better than Trevor Story entering play today. Story and Arenado both with 105. Jesus Aguilar of the Brewers also has batted in 105.
There will be more strikeouts than hits in a season for the first time ever. We're going to see the lowest batting average since 1972. That's before the DH came to be in the American League. And lefties will hit for the worst average since 1968, before the pitcher's mound was lowered. Popped up. Carpenter drifts, and he will make the catch in fair territory. Wainwright with a 1-2-3 third. It's the Cubs 2 and the Cardinals nothing. Kyle Hendricks ready to work to Paul DeYoung in the 4th inning. And today's 4th inning is brought to you by Four Winds Casinos, your entertainment escape. DeYoung fouled out to the catcher in the opening inning. He crowds the plate. He just fouled one off himself. 1 ball, 1 strike. Different buzz in the ballpark today. You always know when the Cardinals are in town. Ground ball taking Bodie to his left. High throw handled by Rizzo. Let's check in with Dion Miller.
Guys, loaded the ABC7 AccuWeather app yet? And if you haven't, what are you waiting for? Get Chicago's most accurate forecast from ABC7. I, of course, have the app. Of course I do. And it's right now telling me that there is a light rain. It's supposed to rain even heavier in the next 8 minutes. So brace yourselves for that. But I'm told it is playable rain. Cubs are certainly hoping for that as they look to maintain this lead. It does feel a little bit chillier down here. How's the weather up there, guys?
It's gotten colder, no doubt. Dion, thank you. And with that in mind, the Astros and Orioles were postponed due to rain last night. The 54th cancellation this season. That's the most since 1989. And it also means the Astros have to play 4 games in the last 3 days of the season as they get ready for the division series. 2 is low on Osuna.
They've got everything sewn up so they can play their backups.
Hendricks home on a 1-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Doesn't walk much, and that's the case for most of these Cardinal hitters. Carpenter's patient, he'll take his walks. Jerko, everybody else below league average in terms of their walk rate.
The Marlins are not going to the postseason. Cardinals still iffy. The Yankees are a wild card in the American League. Giancarlo Stanton is there, and we know about Christian Yelich with the Brewers. So there's 3 outfielders moving on and playing on much better teams this year. Play David Bodie with a strong arm to get Ozuna.
Well, he's been busy, not just today. Last couple of days, he's had a lot of action. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 chances today. Started the double play on Jerko in the second. Molina hit it in his direction. Both hitters so far this inning. That's when he runs that sinker down and in. Right-handed hitters pull it on the ground a lot. Faded down and away. He'll get some rollover ground balls.
0-1 on Jerko. Right back to Kyle. Shutting them down through 4 innings. Cubs will bat in the 4th, leading 2-0. next season. Here's your first chance to secure those seats to your must-have games for the 2019 season. Visit Cubs.com/deposits for all the details.
You're going to drive up to Milwaukee after the game and catch the Tigers and the Brewers?
I hadn't thought about it. Ball one on Jason Hayward.
Jordan Zimmerman for Detroit tonight. Zach Davies will go for Milwaukee.
Out-of-town scoreboard is brought to you by Dodge. Visit Dodge.com or your local dealer today. Interleague play in Milwaukee to end the regular season.
Kind of funky.
15 teams in each league, so interleague play now spread out from start to finish. Cubs will open next season at Texas with the DH. 3-2 on Hayward, who hit the big go-ahead homer in the first inning Wednesday night in the cleanup spot.
Hitters starting to show signs of turning things around a little bit. 10 hits in the ball game last night, and the approach was really good too. A lot of deep counts.
Carpenter to Wainwright for the out. Used to be Carpenter to Wainwright in terms of Carpenter starts today, Wainwright tomorrow. Chris Carpenter.
That's right. Yeah. Aside from the singles, the Murphy-Rizzo singles, Cubs have not hit a ball out of the infield.
Ball one on Bryant. He struck out in the first inning. I've seen him strike out more often than usual since returning from the DL.
Yeah, he's still not, he was getting his hits early on, but still not really driving the ball, not doing typical Chris Bryant damage, a lot more swings and misses than we're used to. Still not there.
High fly ball to center, and it is gone.
That's there.
That one was there.
Big time.
3-0.
Oh, how sweet did that feel for Chris Bryant? Go ahead, fellas. Break it down. Chased a bad breaking ball last time. This time he gets one in the zone and hammers it straight away center field. Second one for Christen's coming off the disabled list. Wainwright goes back to the curveball, but this one settles over the heart of the plate, up above the knees a little bit. It's your Toyota home run replay. His
just
reaction.
Going to say, you're waiting for that moment where all of a sudden you feel like it's there again, and maybe that's a sign of really good things to come for Chris. Career homer 107.
I'm going to say the Wainwright's reaction there, it looked like he was hopeful that that ball would stay in the ballpark. That was way out of here.
Contreras sitting in a hitter's count. Lines to Wong. That's out number 2. Statcast look at the Bryant homer. 108 off the bat, 448 feet.
Yeah, if you're going to hit it in that direction, you might as well hit it out of the park. If it stays in the park, Bader's going to catch it. Kid runs down everything.
Curve gets the strikeout. Chris Bryant with a 1-out home run to straightaway center. And the Cubs now lead 3-0. Duncan. Fifth inning, 3-0 Cubs. Molina rolls to Baez.
Cardinals are going to have to call in another bat order before the end of the weekend.
Breaking bats left and right. Colton Wong single to start the third. Cardinals have 3 hits. So do the Cubs. Curve is low.
Yeah, it's about the time you start to see the curveball in play. For Kyle in the middle innings. A little different look. should have been a strike. A rare miss. Contreras had to reach back across the plate to catch that ball, but it was all over the inner third. Long gives you a small zone, man, and he's got some pop.
Three and 0 from a pitcher who has walked 6 total over his last 7 starts. There's a strike. Bodie way off the line at third. Here's the 3-1. And there is the first walk issued by Kyle. And the batter is Bader.
Long has good speed. I don't know if this is a combination that like Schilt would contemplate playing a little hit and run with. Bader, tough to double, has outstanding speed.
Career high in starts for Hendricks. This is his 33rd. And will finish with a career high in innings pitched. If he goes all 9 today, he'll finish the year at 200. Two strikes on Bader. Wainwright on deck.
And Bader strikes out a lot. Ooh, good try. Pitcher, a real difference maker for Hendricks. Not many guys can command that glove side changeup the way he does.
Toward the hole. Bodie cuts it off. Little flip, and that'll be all they get. Murphy at the bag at second. For Forrest Colton Wong. 2 outs. It brings up Wainwright. Just keep going back to spring training and David Bodie's play, and he played multiple positions on the infield. He caught the ball, and that really caught the eye of his manager, Joe Madden. At first, Hendricks has as good a move as any right-hander in the game, and he picks off Bader.
He started to lean, quick feet, strong throw.
Out.
Yep, no challenge.
So it's still 3-0 as we go to the bottom of the 5th.
Offer 60 tickets located in the lower level terrace for just $10. Fans can register online for the opportunity to purchase up to 4 tickets. Registration opens 48 hours before the game and closes 24 hours prior to the scheduled first pitch. Still time to enter for Sunday's game. For details, visit Cubs.com/1060 tickets.
Little lean was all it took.
Perfect timing by Hendricks. And if you're a base stealer, sometimes you have to put yourself in harm's way, especially when you've got a guy like Contreras behind the plate with that big arm.
It's the 18th career pickoff for Hendricks. I mean, you look at some of his yearly numbers, it looks like a lefty. He had 7 last year. On strike on Bodie. Wainwright's been good after a long first inning. Still hanging in there in the 5th. Kyle Hendricks has been better. A 1-1 is a strike on a fastball at 90.
Both these guys have such a good idea about how to attack hitters. It'd be a great lesson for any young pitcher to watch these two guys work. We've seen Wainwright touch 92, but most of his fastballs 89, 90, 91. Hendricks is 86 to 88. Good secondary pitches, knowledge, and the ability to execute. You can thrive at this level. Everybody would love to be able to throw 96 miles per hour, but not everybody can. It just seems that way in the modern game.
2-2. We send out happy birthday wishes to our buddy Matt Vasgersian.
60 what today for Matty?
That's just how he behaves. 51.
51.
Old foul. Jerko guarding the line. Hard to get one past him to his right. Ryan Zimmerman turning 34. We're on the 28th of September.
Hey, Big Chuck, Charlie Kerfeld celebrating a birthday today as well. Charlie now scouting for the Phillies, among other duties.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Yep, the curveball. Stay ahead of the forecast this week. Meteorologists Cheryl Scott, Larry Mowry, Tracy Butler, and Phil Schwartz alert you first to changing conditions and severe weather. ABC 7 Eyewitness News, your AccuWeather station. Bam. Love that stinger. That's what they call it in the biz.
One of these days I want to have the band up here with us.
Punched in the left, down for a hit. Murphy makes the turn. He'll end up at second base. It's a double. He's 2 for 3.
Wade Boggs, Tony Gwynn, Rod Carew all come to mind when you watch this approach from Daniel Murphy.
Dion was right. Raining a little harder now. Weather app, really good.
Wind has freshened as well, blowing out pretty hard to right. So you can trust the flags above the scoreboard.
Zobrist with a terrific bunt, and he's going to make it.
Hey, the game's all. It's old school, right? We got the stirrups on, the old school shoes, the drag bunt.
Also had a couple of 37-year-olds racing to first base. Kind of fun.
Fired up, Zoe. The best kind.
First and third for Rizzo. They knocked in the opening run.
At 98 now for Anthony on the season. Love to see him get to 100. He would too. Might not admit it, but any hitter would.
There is action in the Cardinals' pen. Tyler Webb is the left-hander. And Dominic Leone, the righty.
One of the goals today, well, obviously the goal every day is to win, but one of the ways to get there today for Joe Madden was to get a lot of innings out of Kyle Hendricks. That becomes easier to do, obviously, if you can extend the lead here. You can give him a little more leeway should he start to struggle or have a little bit of a bumpy inning or two. 3 or 4 guys likely not available out of that Cubs bullpen today.
To center. It should be plenty deep enough. Bader makes the catch, and his throw is cut off by Carpenter. It's a sacrifice fly, and it's 4-0.
Good execution by the Cubs. Obrist drops down the bunt. Murphy gets to third. Rizzo drives him home. Zobrist is such a team player, he decided to let Anthony Rizzo have that RBI as opposed to driving in Murphy himself.
A 4-0 lead here in the 5th. Baez misses outside.
It's the kind of year where all kinds of pop psychology can creep into the game. You could argue, well, if the Cubs win today, that puts extra pressure on the Brewers tonight. I'm not sure I'd buy that. I mean, there's plenty of pressure to begin with, whether the Cubs win or not. And even with that, does it change the way you play the game?
I don't think so.
Right? You always hear the Cardinals are going to be hungry, or a lot of times late in the year when you're playing a team out of contention. Whoa, they got nothing to lose. They're going to be hard to beat. All these narratives that are really unprovable. Is that a word? Unprovable?
Yeah. I think it is. I'm going with it.
It may not be the smoothest way to make the point, but
2-2.
It's the nature of sports. You just attach these narratives.
Well, the other simple math is if the Cubs keep winning, they're going to win the division. And for the Brewers, if they keep winning, they're in play for the division until the final day. And those two facts alone really have nothing to do with what other teams are doing.
I always like too when people look back after a season or a series. Well, they just wanted it more than the other team. Prove that. One time, prove that to me.
Yeah, I'm going with no on that. If we could quantify want, it'd be kind of funny if by the end of the year they did a want factor and found out that the Orioles wanted it more than anybody.
Yeah, the highest want above replacement in the league. They just didn't have the we can play factor.
They add to their lead. It's 4-0 after 5 in the rain from Wrigley Field. Greg Garcia, veteran pinch hitter, batting for Adam Wainwright, who went 5 innings, gave up 4 runs. Kyle Hendricks working a shutout into the 6th. John Lester went 6 scoreless last night to beat the Pirates. His 18th win.
Garcia has been one of the better pinch hitters in the league over the last 3-4 seasons. 9 out of 48 in the pinch this year.
We'll cap the Wainwright Molina note. We talked to stats. 242 starts together as the Cardinal battery ranks 11th. In the live ball era. Nice play by Hendricks. Spahn and Crandall 316 times. The all-time lead. Lolich, Freehand 299. According to stats.
It would make sense that the longest such runs would be in the pre-free agency era.
Carpenter hit on a fastball. So a 1-out base runner, and it will bring up Jose Martinez.
Kyle trying to throw that 2-seamer that he starts at the hitter and runs back towards the inside corner and just Didn't execute the pitch.
Biggest threat the Cardinals have had in the third inning, bottom of the order. Back-to-back singles by Wong and Bader. Wainwright then with a sac bunt. But Hendricks got Carpenter on a shallow fly to left and Martinez on a fly out to right to end it. Here's his 0-1. Perfectly placed. 0-2.
Martinez step or so the other way in the outfield. He's gone in that direction twice today. You see Hayward shading towards right center. Zobrist step or two toward the line.
A fly down the right field line and no play for Zobrist. The wind took it out of play. Certain hitters are very still in the batter's box. That is not Martinez's game. He's got a lot of moving parts. Driven to right. Zobrist will have to chase it down. It one hops the wall. Carpenter to third. Martinez has a double. First extra base hit for the Cardinals tonight, or today.
Yeah, and just a handful of balls that they really hit sharply. This one really well struck by Martinez. They might take a shot inside after doing that work away on him. Well, they were positioned well for him, shading him that way, but nobody was going to run this one down. That got out there in a hurry. One hops off the wall.
Brings up DeYoung. The infield will play back with a 4-run cushion. And the pitch. And on the hands and fouled away. Second and third, one out. Ground ball. Nice play, Bodie. He'll have to go to first. And he gets DeYoung. Good recovery after he left his feet. It's 4-1 on an RBI ground out by DeYoung.
Bodie's busy day continues down at third base. A little bit of a stumble. Looked like he was looking homeward there, but made the right decision. Make sure you get it out.
Ozuna now with a run in, and Martinez bottom right at second base. That's a fair ball. So the Cardinals have cut the lead in half. It's 4-2. Marcell Ozuna with his second hit today.
That first one was a cheapie, a little broken bat. Softy up the middle this time. Ball well struck by Ozuna. We said keep an eye on him. He had been good against Hendricks throughout his career. 2-hit day today. This one Bodie not able to make a play on. It smoked right down the line.
One of your keys is no Zuna. Jerko representing the tying run. High fly ball. Hayward will have enough room to get Hendricks out of the 6th. Cardinals get a couple. It's now 4-2 Cubs.
Haircuts. Check in online at sportclips.com/check-in and claim your spot today. Cubs are hoping to create a lot more father-son moments, not just this weekend, but into October. They are hoping to celebrate a 3rd straight division title sometime this weekend and avoid that tiebreak game at all costs, because if they win the division this weekend, playoffs wouldn't start until Thursday here at home. That is valuable rest for a team that has had exactly 1 day off in the last 40. They certainly want to do that, but a lot of baseball yet to be played before we get to that part, Glenn.
Thank you, Dion. You're absolutely right. And this pitching change is brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank, it's about time. It is Tyler Webb, a left-hander, and ball 1 on Jason Hayward.
We'll see if this is a one and done here for Webb with Chris Bryant on deck. He is 0-1 with a 4.66 ERA, pitching for the 21st time. Handful of appearances with the Padres, the rest with the Cardinals. Hey, coming our way. Cameraman Dave Cella had a shot at it.
Came up empty. What else is new? Yeah.
Just needed to walk out on that platform. Risk his life, that's all. Sometimes you got to pay a big price to get the big moment. Webb, more of a finesse style lefty. He's not going to blow you away with velocity. Fastball around 90 miles per hour. Slider and a changeup.
To center, and Bader nearly misplayed it.
Might have been knuckling on him. That ball really scalded by Hayward. Bader, one of the better defensive outfielders in the game, a half a step in, and then kind of looks like a free safety back there.
And it is a one and done for Webb. This call to the pen is brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank, it's about time. Seven is being brought to you by Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing. By Xfinity. Xfinity delivers the fastest internet with the best in-home Wi-Fi experience. Call, click, or visit an Xfinity store today. By Mattress Firm. Go to mattressfirm.com to see how far your budget can stretch. By your local Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Test drive a Hyundai today. And by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. Here's John Brebbia. Right-hander to face Chris Bryant.
Well, first things first, that is a quality beard, my friend. He's outstanding. Brebbia called upon for the 45th time.
Bryant, it's a high foul to the seats beyond first base.
Let's take a look at the home run cam brought to you by Toyota. Tested, trusted Toyota. Toyota, let's go places. Chris Bryant did last time he was up there, much to the chagrin of Adam Wainwright. Got the boys in the bullpen dancing.
Fair. Crazy spin. Two down.
Nice Massey shot there by KB.
Contreras with two gone. Cubs lead 4-2 here in the sixth in a critical game. Number 160 of the regular season.
Carlos Martinez has been getting save opportunities lately for the Cardinals. Bud Norris held that job for a while, and just kind of went south on Norris, so he has not been out there very much lately. Brebbia has become a guy that Mike Schilt relies on. Mid-90s heater. There's a lot of sliders.
Fouled upstairs, 1-2. Cole Hamels will pitch for the Cubs tomorrow. Miles Michaelis for St. Louis.
Too close for comfort. Up around the chin. In is good. Up around the head, not so much.
Fly ball out into right center. Circling is Bader, and Martinez actually hit the deck to get out of his way. We go to the 7th inning. It's the Cubs 4 and the Cardinals 2. Greg Dawson is with us. He'll sing the stretch today. Hawk, always great to see you. How are you?
I'm doing real well. Thank you.
Well, this has been fun. These games have felt like we're already in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's been fun. The last 3 or 4. This team is, I think, rounding itself into shape. They know what's at stake, and I'm sure that winning this division means everything to each and every one of them.
And you don't want to be in that one and done wild card. And a strike on Yadier Molina. Kyle Hendricks still working. Cardinals got 2 in the 6th to get back in the game. And almost hit Molina.
When you watch a ball game these days, Hawk, do you watch with a critical eye? Like if I were playing, I would look to do this, or I would do, or do you just watch it for enjoyment?
Probably some of both.
Both, yeah.
You know, of course, the player aspect of it comes out every now and then, but you're looking at the individual, his tools, and what the situation is, and probably what kind of adjustment he needs to make.
Another play made by David Bodie. There's Colton Wong.
Would you have liked facing a guy like Kyle Hendricks?
Well, Kyle,
this guy.
Yeah, Kyle to me is crafty. He's going to keep you off balance, and you just, you know, you got to play probably the middle of the field with him. He takes enough off to keep you off, and he has a super changeup, and he spots his fastball. So you got to really, you know, I think stay in the middle of the field with him. He reminds me somewhat of Greg Max. You know he's going to be around the plate, and you know you just.
That is off the wall. Wong just missed a home run. He'll have a double just below the basket in left center, and it stayed in.
You just try to take what he's going to give you, and not try to go outside of what your makeup is.
You mentioned it, JD. He's got some power.
Yeah, you know, he's a compact guy, small strike zone. It would be a reach to compare him to Ricky Henderson because of how good Henderson was, but similar in that, you know, not a real big guy, but he has some pop. And, you know, not a ton of home runs, but extra base power.
Bader with a runner at second and one out. Takes outside on a changeup. Can you believe it? It was 30 years ago when they installed lights here. 1988.
Wow, it don't seem that long. But yeah, played in that ball game. We were rained out, unfortunately, but there was so much hoopla built up surrounding the game itself, and a lot of excitement.
And our buddy just down press row here, Rick Sutcliffe, had the ball that night. 1 ball, 1 strike on Bader. And we've talked about, there's Sut, the Red Baron.
He looks good, all knotted up.
Yeah.
I didn't really get to see him wear a suit too much, but I guess life, that's what, you know, the changes you make during the course of your lifetime.
It's a game of adjustments. Contreras didn't like the pitch he called and wants to talk it over with Hendricks.
Hawk, have you been back at all for any of the end of spring training exhibitions at Olympic Stadium, where they draw like 50,000 to see the Blue Jays and the Reds or something?
No, I've never really attended any of those games. You know, from what I understand, they've had massive crowd turnout, and I know that the game is probably starved there, and the fans really hope that they could see baseball return one day. But no, I've never really had the opportunity to go there and watch the games itself.
Safe. Rizzo off the bag. Call made by Phil Cuzzy, but the Cubs will make sure with the video room that the call was correct.
Yeah, Anthony looking right into the dugout and saying, let's take a look. He thinks he still had the bag. Anthony's very clever with the footwork at first base. This throw drifts on Bodie.
Ooh. Joe is going to challenge. It's a great 7th inning challenge, and
boy,
I can't tell.
I thought he had the first look. I thought he was still on the bag. The second one looked like he came off. I think he's off. I think this is gonna stand.
Whether they get the call reversed or not, I think it's a good challenge at this point in the game.
Yeah, because there's that first look that looked like he was still on it. I think the other angle was a little more telling.
This manager's challenge is brought to you by Subaru. Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Subaru. We did not have replay during your day. Changed the game a little bit, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. I think it's good that you get these calls right, especially late in the ball game. Could very well mean that a game is at stake. It could be a determining factor in the game. But so many changes over the years have been made in the game itself, and I think for the most part, most of them have been for the good of the game.
Boy, that's tough. That's every time I look at it, I come away with a different point of view.
This one feels like the original call matters a little bit more. I just don't know if there's anything definitive as Rizzo and Murphy watch the left field board as they are showing the replay in the ballpark.
Well, if it's safe, it'll be an E5 on Bodie, but it's certainly not an unforced error with Bader going down the line. He causes you to hurry.
This is a pretty big call. It will be a runner at second with 2 outs, or runners at first and second with 1 out. And it looks like Matt Adams will pinch hit.
So we were talking about baseball in Montreal. I know Warren Cromartie's pretty active with that group trying to get baseball back. Has he tried to recruit you? Are you involved in that effort at all? Is it, I mean, I don't know how.
Well, Warren has had me back for a few autograph signings leading up to the actual games themselves. Trying to promote getting baseball back into Montreal in a sense. And yes, he has played an active role as one of the individuals to try and get the right pieces in place to have the game return.
Was that a fun place to play? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was fun. You know, a little different of an adjustment playing across the border, playing on the AstroTurf for 10 years. I always look forward
that part of it wasn't a lot of fun.
Getting back to the States, but you know, it's what it was. It's where I got my start, and I just tried to make the most of it.
Pick up any French when you were up there?
It's tough enough speaking English. No, I had some people that you know, looked at me and say, "Well, we're available. We can work with the basics on you." But no, I just thought that, like I say, hey, I do a tough enough time with English, so I'll do what I know what I do best.
So here is Matt Adams back with the Cardinals, acquired from the Washington Nationals, the former Expos.
It's amazing how quickly a game that feels very comfortable can all of a sudden become very uncomfortable.
Got him on waivers from the Nationals on August 21st. He's got 3 home runs. Back with the Cardinals.
And that's the number right there that gets your attention. He's been very good as a pinch hitter.
2 are at the Nationals off Tanner Roark. 5 days later, game-winning blast against the Pirates late. He's down 0-2 here. Listed 6'3", 245, but he looks much thinner than he did his first go around with the Cardinals. Swing and a miss on a changeup. A huge second out for Kyle. Second strikeout today.
Started on the outside edge and just continued to drift away. Adams anxious. Chases just 1 out of 14 in his career against Kyle.
Hendricks' first strikeout was against the first batter of the game, Carpenter. Outside for ball 1. Great to have Andre Dawson with us. Really belongs with the Chicago Cubs. You talked about your days in Montreal. You spent more days as an Expo than as a Cub, but I think when people think about your career, they think about certainly the 1987 MVP season. They think about you as a Chicago Cub. In the air, and Hayward in center will make the catch. Ready to sing?
I'm ready to go.
All right, here we go. Today's 7th inning stretch with a Hawk is presented by Mercedes-Benz. The best or nothing.
Hall of Famer Andre Dawson.
All right. Let's hear it from the greatest fans ever. On 3. A 1. 2, 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the ground. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, for it's root for the Cubbies. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Underway here in the bottom of the 7th. Kyle Hendricks takes the at bat against Bud Norris. And this pitching change is brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank, it's about time.
Talked about Norris earlier. He had been the closer for a good chunk of the season. He racked up 28 saves in 33 tries. His last save opportunity came back on September 3rd. That one got away from him. So he's not had a lot of steady work since then. He worked an inning against Milwaukee on the 24th, gave up a couple hits and a run.
Three and one on the pitcher.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs.
David Bodie takes inside. Kyle Hendricks able to work around a double and an error in the top of this inning. And leading off the bottom with a walk. Barehanded play. Jerko throw gets away. Goes out of play. Second and third. Nobody out. It'll be a single and an error.
Sloppy play here by the Cardinals in the 7th. A leadoff walk to the opposing pitcher. And then the errant throw, not an easy play, obviously, for Jerko. Maybe one he should have just hung on to.
Here comes Mike Maddox. Might do a little work on the pitcher's mound as well.
2 errors committed by the Cardinals today, 130 on the season, most in the National League.
Hey, if you miss any of today's action, ABC 7 rebroadcasts Cubs and Cardinals beginning at 7 p.m. on ABC 7's digital channel 7.2 and the following cable channel positions. Now Mike Schilt is coming out.
Well, this appears to be some discomfort here. The guy spreading the chicken feed on the mound is really good. I've been watching him. Tremendous technique.
They're making a change. Norris is coming out. So this call to the pen is brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank, it's about time. Cubs have runners at second and third. Nobody out in the 7th. We'll be right back. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. By Lakeside Bank. Personal customized banking. Lakeside Bank. It's about time. By Xfinity. Xfinity delivers the fastest internet with the best in-home Wi-Fi experience. Call, click, or visit an Xfinity store today. And by Mattress Firm. Go to mattressfirm.com to see how far your budget can stretch.
Follow the race to the postseason on MLB.tv for $25.99. Watch every out-of-market regular season game. Plus, get a free subscription to MLB At Bat Premium. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv to take advantage of this limited time offer.
Chasen Shreve, a left-hander, will get as much time as he needs due to an apparent injury for Bud Norris.
Shreve 3-4 on the year with a 4.03. Rain coming down a little bit harder now. He's appeared in 58 ball games. League bats .261 against him. 40 of those appearances came with the Yankees. This is number 19 in a Cardinal uniform. Long, lean left-hander. Good split finger pitch. That's where he'll go to try to get his swings and misses.
Take the latest news, weather, and video with you wherever you go. Get the ABC 7 Chicago News app today.
Three of these Las Vegas kids. Bonanza High School. It's Chris Bryant's high school. It's not his high school, but it's the high school he attended.
I think at a certain point it will be known as his high school. Yes. Shreve a year and a half older than Chris. So they're going to play their infield in against Daniel Murphy, and he pops to left. Drifting back is Osuna. Hendricks ready to tag, and he will score, and that's a big insurance run on a sacrifice fly. It's 5-2. Cubs cash in that leadoff walk to the pitcher.
Take advantage. He's going to give you a little charitable contribution. Accept it. That's the case last night with the Pirates' misplay in the outfield and an insurance run. Leadoff walk pitcher, error on Jerko. Murphy wasting no time jumping on that first offering from Shreve.
Zobrist from the right side. Takes high for ball one. That's a strike. Cubs have surpassed last year's win total of 92. They're looking for their 94th here today. Zobrist has already bunted his way on. Showed bunt, took ball two.
This is the anniversary of the homer in the Gloman. Gabby Hartnett's famous game-winning home run in 1938 in the ninth inning with 2 outs to beat the Pirates. Cubs on their way to winning the pennant. They won 10 consecutive ball games.
Pulled to left. Osuna is over, and a lot of air underneath that fly ball. He'll make a relatively routine play. Batter is Rizzo. He's knocked in 2 to get his season total to 99. Shreve's first pitch is popped up. Bader with 2 hands on it. The Cubs get 1 and lead this game 5-2 at the end of 7. Here in the 8th inning, Hayward goes to right. Almora now in center, and Zobrist goes to second base. So Murphy is out of the game. He had a productive day at the plate. 2 hits, an RBI, 2 runs. And ball 1 on Jose Martinez. 3-run ball game.
So moves from the grass to the dirt. Hayward moves from center to right. Almora moves from the dugout to center field.
The word on Bud Norris, he exited with left hamstring tightness. Miles 1-1.
Wow.
It was a strike. Boy.
Have you ever seen a hitter react that emphatically to a called strike?
It wasn't strike 3.
I know. Adam Hammery looking at him as just, what is going on, man?
Coming in, Hayward. And he had to leave his feet. And he makes a catch. So Martinez is out.
Yeah, Jason indicating that he had a hard time tracking that ball, or maybe just an initial takeoff. Because when left to bat, it looked fairly routine. They're probably going to play deeper than normal for Martinez, who has good opposite field power. A little late adjustment in the route.
Fastball strike to DeYoung. 0 for 3, knocked in a run with a ground out in the 6th. That will get past a diving David Bodie. And DeYoung will have a double.
Again, another ball hit in Bodie's direction. Good try, just couldn't corral it.
Marcell Ozuna is 2 for 3 with an RBI.
And it's providing the length that the Cubs were looking for today. 90 pitches as he works with 1 out in the 8th. 7 2/3 last time, 8 2/3 the start before that.
He has saved his best for the final month.
Yeah, and you know, if everybody were available in the bullpen today, he probably would have been removed by now. But nice to have a guy step up when you need innings.
He's gone into the 8th inning now in 3 consecutive starts. That is something else.
Yeah, you're figure around 15 pitches per inning on average, and he's been below average in each inning.
Which is above average.
Which is above average, yes.
1 and 2. We play in the rain here in the 8th inning.
Yeah, I brought up the homer and McGlowman because it kind of feels like that kind of a day here. Well, I don't know when they started their games back then, because I was looking at the box score for that, and the McGlowman, because it was dark, the game was almost called when Gabby Hartnett hit the game-winning home run. The game lasted 2 hours and 37 minutes. They must have started at 3
or 4 o'clock, maybe. Yeah. Bounced up the middle. Zobrist to backhand. The throw is in time to get Ozuna.
Beautiful play by Zobrist. take a look at the perfect pitch brought to you by Blue Moon, brewed with Valencia orange peel for taste that shines brighter. That's the Matt Adams strikeout on the Hendricks changeup.
Two very good defensive plays, both by guys just starting the inning at the new position. Hayward in right, Zobrist at second. Smothered by Contreras. That keeps DeYoung at third. Ball one on Jerko. Hendricks ready. Side. Barely. Three and one. Lefty Jorge De La Rosa getting loose in the bullpen. Molina on deck. Wow. And ball four.
Pretty keen eye there by Jerko.
Represents the tying run.
The second walk issued by Kyle today. Been a big strikeout day. He's fanned just two.
Hendricks right at 100 pitches. Molina seems to tailor his offensive game to the situation. Runners in scoring position. You see him shoot that ball to right quite a bit. Way too often against the Cubs over the years. But with a 3-run ball game here in the 8th, you know he's looking for something to drive.
He'll take his shots. Only in counts a lot of times.
Like that. 1-1.
I think he's savvy enough to know, though, that it's unlikely that that Hendricks will make that kind of a mistake. But yeah, every now and then he'll look to ambush one and pull it.
Foul strike. It's 1-2. Waterlogged crowd here at Wrigley Field. On their feet. Play for Rizzo or Contreras.
Molina, one of those guys that can reach pitches all over the strike zone and beyond. He does not strike out very much, doesn't walk all that often. He's put it in play 3 times today, all on the ground. Twice to Bodie, once to short.
He got under it. This should get Kyle out of the inning. Hayward will make the catch. And the Cardinals strand a couple in the 8th. It's still 5-2 Cubs. Muller Honda. Right now at MullerHonda.com, you can shop over 750 cars with 2 great locations to choose from. MullerHonda.com. And this pitching change is brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank, it's about time. Fireballing Jordan Hicks.
Yeah, Hicks, an interesting case. He is just 22 years of age. He had not pitched above Class A ball before this season. He has been a big part of the Cardinals bullpen. 72 games, league bats .206 against him. His average fastball velocity is 100.5 miles per hour with all kinds of crazy movement. He does not strike out that many, which is hard to believe, but he gets a lot of balls on the ground. Starts with a breaking pitch.
Unbelievable outing today from Kyle Hendricks. Is he done? 8 innings, 104 pitches. Starting pitching matchup brought to you by Goodwill. Amazing finds only at Goodwill. Hendricks not officially complete just yet. This would be a devastating loss for the Cardinals. The Rockies and Dodgers certainly rooting for the Cubs.
I'd be tempted to run Kyle back out there and go batter by batter.
I would too. But we just talk.
Madden is paid to make those calls.
Well, I think Cechek's down today. I'm guessing Chavez is down today. So when you don't have your normal arsenal of high leverage guys available, you have the opportunity to get more out of your starter. I think you go for it. Justin Wilson either is going to start the inning or be ready. Should Kyle's spot in the batting order come up, and no doubt they would hit for him. The question for Madden is, do I start Wilson with a fresh inning and give him a little wiggle room, or do I wait till there's a base runner and then make the move and make his job a little bit tougher?
Swing and a miss. Baez strikes out. Well, Dion is down there. What's your take?
Honestly, guys, judging by his body language, it looks like he's preparing to get back out there right now. Hendricks sitting on the bench all by himself. Not a soul has spoken to him yet, so I think there might be a couple more pitches left in him before this day is over. What a performance for sure.
Yeah, if he didn't get the nice job hug, way to go, pal. He's going back out there.
Thank you, Dion. Here's Hayward.
This is interesting. Hicks, a heavy breaking ball here. Wait to see the 105.
So if the Cubs win this game, they hold serve. A game and a half ahead of Milwaukee. Here's play tonight. Past the mound, softly bounced. Hayward reaches. Guessing hit. It is.
Well, that's only fair. He smoked the ball to center last time for an out. Here, a little topper. It's got a little extra top spin, and watch it jump on DeYoung. Catches him on the heel of the glove. Would have been a very difficult play had he fielded it cleanly.
Bryant 1 for 3 with a home run. This score holds up. The Cardinals will be a game and a half behind the Dodgers. Final wild card spot. That clipped Bryant.
That was almost predictable. You know they're going to try to crowd him, and he gets so much run on that two-seam fastball.
Drive of the game. It is presented by Mercedes-Benz. The best or nothing.
448 feet. Number 13 for Chris.
Do not want to take a direct shot from this guy throwing over 100 miles an hour. Cardinals cannot be eliminated today. They will wake up tomorrow with a chance for a playoff spot, but if they lose this game and the Rockies win the night, it's pretty dire. Rockies hosting the Nationals. I checked that. Yeah, the Rockies win their game and the Dodgers win their game.
Yeah,
Dodgers at San Francisco.
The Rockies actually have a game lead over the Dodgers right now. They have Kyle Freeland. The Rockies do have Freeland pitching tonight against Joe Ross.
Those two teams keep flip-flopping in the West, so it's like you have to Remind yourself who's in first. Bounce to third. Fair ball. Jerko steps on the bag. Throw to first. Gets by. And bounces out of play.
He should score. Bryant scores on this.
Yes, he was past second when the throw was made. And the umpires will get together.
So fielder's choice E5. Jerko comes back to the bag. Carpenter's got to make sure he knocks that ball down.
I think Chris scores here.
I do too.
I think Tom Hallion, you can read his lips, was the guy at second before, or past second before the throw, and Chris was almost at third.
Why don't they just go ahead and look at the replay instead of talking it over? Take a look. We have the technology, fellas. Maybe saying that you'd not gotten to second base yet when the throw was made.
You mean Contreras?
Bryant.
No, Contreras was the batter.
Right.
This gets confusing. Oh, okay. Yeah, they're gonna double check again. See, I was looking at Hayward. Yeah. So the question is not when it gets passed. It's I think when the ball is thrown, right?
That's what I believe to be the case.
So it's when Jerko lets go of the ball, where is Chris Bryant? That's what we need to know. This will tell us.
Yeah,
my mistake earlier. I was watching Hayward thinking it was Bryant.
He's breaking it down as he gets to the base.
Right? Yeah, he's not at second. So, yep. They got it right. They got it right.
I just don't know why they didn't look at the replay right away instead of talking about it for as long as they did. Just go ahead and.
So Chris is not at second when the throw leaves Jerko's hand. He gets an extra base, which is third. If he's past second when the throw is made, he would have been given home. Yep, so they got this one right. They will double check with New York. Yep. So second and third, 2 outs, and Tommy La Stella will bat for Hendricks.
Yeah,
so I think Kyle was going to get the ninth until his spot came up.
Sure, chance to score 2 more runs. And one of the top pinch hitters in the game available. Gonna let Hicks take a couple warm-up throws here after the delay. Cardinals have a base open. They may not choose to pitch to La Stella here.
So Bryant at third, Contreras at second. This pitch by Hicks is low, 99, the sink.
Talk about Listella all the time, his ability to handle velocity.
No strikes. David Bodie waits on deck. Three and one on Tommy. Bases loaded.
Well, Hendricks almost got the 9 innings to get to 200 for the year.
It's going to end at 199 and a 344 earned run average. What a season for Kyle Hendricks. He's got some bigger innings to pitch.
Job making adjustments in season. Remember earlier in the year the stories were the Cubs were on pace to have the worst rotation in their franchise history.
The second half and these last few weeks have just been
terrific.
You
know, and the addition of Hamels, Montgomery moving into the rotation with Chatwood struggling, Darvish being hurt, and then the performance jump by Hendricks, Quintana. Lester was really good in the first half and went through a little bit of a downturn before turning it back in the right direction.
3-0 on Bodie with the bases loaded. How'd you like to have a BP fastball at 99?
Your get over, your plan B.
Ball 4, 6-2. And Hicks and Molina letting Adam Hammery have it behind the plate.
Initially, it was Hicks coming in off the mound, and then I think Molina decided to stand up for his young pitcher. And Hammery saying, "Stop right there," and Molina said, "Wait a minute now."
Mike Schilt will make a pitching change. Big insurance run. It's the Cubs 6, the Cardinals 2 in the 8th.
This weekend with the Cardinals tomorrow. Note the start time of 12:05 as they continue this series. And then on Sunday, also a different start time of 2:20. So make sure you are paying attention to that. Cole Hamels will make his final start of the regular season tomorrow. Mike Montgomery goes in the regular season finale on Sunday, ready to pitch if that is a must-win situation. Cubs are hoping it isn't, though they have to do a little scoreboard watching tonight. The Brewers begin their series with the Tigers tonight just after 7, and they play a night game again tomorrow. So plenty to wait for, despite the Cubs winning right now here in the 8th. Glenn.
Okay, Dion, thank you. Dominic Leone working, and a 1-0 count on Albert Almora. Leone missed a bunch of time over 3 months with right upper arm nerve irritation. So this is his 29th appearance. 1 ball, 1 strike. One and 2. 6-2 Cubs lead.
Hey, Dave finally got his foul ball.
There we go.
It was unbelievable. He spun around and he caught it one-handed behind his back. That was most impressive.
Shot in the right, base hit. Contreras scores. La Stella's in. Cubs have broken it wide open. 8-2.
Well, Albert had the walk-off base hit 2 days ago against the Pirates. Off the bench here today. Cement mixer slider from Leone, and he just pounds it into right field. If there were a time to come in and try to make a shoestring catch, that would have been it.
First and third. Zobrist takes a wide one. Kicked at 2-0. 3 balls, no strikes. Wainwright, Webb, Brebbia, Norris, Shreve, Hicks, and Leone for the Cardinals today. Hendricks for the Cubs.
Yeah, if the ratio of pitchers used is 7-1, the team with the one is usually going to come out on top.
Good indicator.
Deep insights.
More runs on a 3-2, and Zobrist fouls again.
Used everybody but Ricky Horton today.
Center. It is Bader to make the grab. 3 big ones. And we go to the 9th inning. It's the Cubs 8 and the Cardinals 2. Game 1, looking for their 3rd consecutive win and a 1.5 game lead in the division and a magic number of 2 to win the division.
Just about everybody the Cubs have picked up during the season has been better in a Cub uniform than they were before joining the Cubs, and that's a good thing, and that's a testament to the good work of the front office for the season. You see the numbers for De La Rosa as a Cub.
Jairo Munoz, pinch hitter. First pitch swinging, and he's going to be held to a long single. The throw actually gets by and will roll out of play.
He'll get 2 bases on that throw from the outfield. Fans are indignant. Been a lot of balls down that 3rd baseline today. Bryant charged with an error here. That's a tough error for the left fielder as this ball gets by Zobrist, and Anthony on the wrong side of the base runner can't corral it. So Chris gets charged with an error.
Bader swings away, shallow right field. Munoz will hold. And he would have been out. Great throw by Hayward. Certainly not going to chance it down 6. 1 out here in the 9th.
I was getting ready to point out before Munoz hit that ball down the line, De La Rosa with the Cubs a 1.42 earned run average. He had a 4.21 with the Diamondbacks.
Tyler O'Neill pinch hitting. Everybody back, 1 out, runner at 3rd. Outside for a ball.
This kid has tremendous power. His dad was Mr. Canada, weightlifter, bodybuilder guy.
This is our final ABC 7 telecast of Cubs baseball here in 2018. And a lot of people to thank. Our wonderful crew, led by John Walsh, Dave Turner, Mark Brady, Vince Lodel. I want to thank Mike Rosenblum, Matt Bramer, Bob and Joe Carzoli, Lisa McGallis, Steve Spurlock, our executive producer Peter Rudman, and John Idler, the president and general manager of WLS TV. Charged by Bodie, throw to first, safe. O'Neill knocks in a run with an infield hit. It's 8-3. Good try by Bodie.
Good call by Phil Cuzzy, the first base umpire. The try by Rizzo as well. Be close to 10 chances for Bodie down there today.
Bryant on the move will retire Carpenter. 2 outs in the ninth. Strike call. Offensive indifference as O'Neill advances.
Everything in the air to the right side today for Martinez. 3 flyouts to right field and a double off the wall in right center. The veteran De La Rosa, 37 years of age.
It's been a theme today.
Yeah.
Ground ball under the glove of Baez as he went down to a knee. So the second Cub error here in the ninth. And it's 8-4.
This is about as routine as it gets for Javi. Somehow it eludes him. Maybe just partially screened a little bit and he just came up. He was down, then didn't stay down. Lets the glove come up as the ball passes through.
Paul DeYoung takes a strike.
Each side has committed 3 errors today.
Sloppy day and a very wet infield. Just in case, it's Justin Wilson and Brandon Kinsler in the bullpen. Swing and a miss, 0-2.
Split finger pitch from De La Rosa. Gets a lot of chases from the right-handed hitters.
Cubs win. Cubs win their 94th game of the year. The lead is a game and a half. The magic number down to 2.
Kyle Hendricks, on a day where he was needed to pitch innings, delivers 8 solid innings for Kyle today, allows 2 runs. Cubs scored early. They continue to press their case. They scored in 5 of the 8 innings they came to bat today. Cardinals got to within 4-2, but the Cubs then opened it up. And so, your move, Milwaukee Brewers.
Final score, Cubs 8, Cardinals 4. We'll wrap things up from the friendly confines in a moment.